Hi Queens, Sam here. I hope you're doing good. In my video last week, I did share with you that I'm about to start a special project for the month of October, a no spend month challenge. And I do share in that video few things about a no spend month. I also do share in that video the link to She Does on the Loose no spend month video, where she goes more into details about what that means to do a no spend month. But really wanted to share with you in this video 5 tips for successful no spend month. And if you stick to the end, I also have a bonus tip for you that you may want to use to really help you be successful in this particular challenge if you do it for the month of October or for any month. So before I actually start, I just want to let you know that again, when you do a no spend month, it's not about deprivation. And I really want to enforce that because sometimes people will have the idea, oh my God, I need to deprive myself, I need to stop doing this and doing that. That has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you really getting a good sense of where your money is going and really making sure that you're not spending money in anything that really is discretionary. Now, on to the first tip. So, the first tip is that you want to have a good idea of how much are your necessities. So, things that you have to pay each month, no matter what. Usually, in that category, you'll have your rent, your mortgage payment, you have your utilities, you have your car loan, you'll have your phone bill. If you're paying for school for your kids or daycare, you usually have those type of expenses in the category of necessities. That means that no spend month challenge or no, you have to pay those because they're essential. So those are what we call usually necessities or needs. So you need to figure out how much it is really per month, and I usually recommend to people just have that amount in a bank account somewhere and making sure that any extra is transferred into a savings account or somewhere else, so then you don't have the temptation of using that money. The second tip for you to be successful with your no spend month is essentially to plan ahead. Plan ahead and also get creative. So we still have few days in September before starting the month of October. If you know that you need to buy a certain thing in October, because let's say your laundry detergent is about to finish, or anything that you use in your day-to-day for your house or your car or whatnot, and you see an amazing sale on those items, get them now, because essentially you're planning ahead, you're saving money, and at the same time you know that you won't be paying full price because you may or may not see those sales in October. So you can get them now. And similarly, when it comes to your groceries, look at what you have in your pantry, in your freezer, or like in your fridge, things that essentially have been there, and try to actually make meals of those ingredients that you already have, because that will help you reduce your groceries bill, right? Because that will be like fewer things to buy, and essentially you will be able to save money on your groceries. So plan ahead and get creative. And then the third tip that I wanted to share with you is, do tell people around you that you're actually doing this. Tell your family, tell your friends. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you don't tell people, then people don't know. And they may want to invite you to a birthday party, to a picnic, to go to the movie, things that essentially might make you spend money into categories that really you don't want to spend money when you're doing your no spend month. So when you tell them, they know you're doing this, so they're not going to be putting you into a situation where you have to spend money on frivolous thing. They will be mindful of that, so no temptations coming from them. And at the same time, they'll become also your cheerleaders. They'll be checking on you, they'll be asking you how things are going. And it's really good to have actually supporters, right? When you're actually doing all of those things, it's good to have people who are supporting you and really encouraging you, because it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. There are days you'll be like, I'm tired, I just want to get this thing, I just want to grab this takeout, and that's what it is. But having people be like, so how's it going? How was last week? How much did you save last week? And they're interested in your journey. It's a great way to actually keep going. So do tell people around you. They will keep you accountable, and maybe some of them may also decide to join, which is amazing because again, the more the merrier. And when you have the support and you have other people doing it the same like you, it really helps you to keep at it. That's the third tip. And now the fourth tip is essentially be clear on your goal. Essentially, be clear why exactly you are doing this. Overall, it's mindful spending, which really it's important. However, is it that you want to save more money and put more money in your emergency fund or into any fund that you may have, like a travel fund, or like that you're saving money to buy a car, buy a motorcycle, or like buy a house? Be clear on that goal. Or maybe essentially for you, it's to reduce your expenses so you can have more money to pay on your credit card or like your car loan and then reduce those debt. So when you really clear on your goal, it really helps you see the big picture. So essentially it's not about you saving $2 or $3 here and there during the no spend month, but it's like everything that it comes to in total, which you're going to take and put in your savings account or like paying down your debt. And that's really the big picture that you want to keep in mind. Now on to the fifth tip. So the fifth tip is that you want to make sure that you are tracking your expenses on a weekly basis. This is not for you to determine how much is your necessities at the beginning of the month and then forget about it until the end of the month. Chances are probably you will have overspent somewhere and then you won't feel that great about your challenge. So you looking at your expenses on a regular basis, I usually recommend weekly basis, will help you to really being able to see if you were about to overspend in a category and being able to actually stay on track essentially. So it's good that you actually, if you can do that, to really track your expenses on a weekly basis. And as I promised, the bonus tip here is you may use the cash system if you want. I personally don't use it because I don't carry cash with me that much. I usually carry either my debit or my credit card. But if you're someone that you think that having your credit card with you will be a temptation because it's so easy to swipe the credit card, leave the credit card at home and take just your debit card and your cash. And some people even leave the debit card, they just take their cash. So when they go groceries and they have the list, they know approximately how much they will be spending. So essentially they just take that money in cash, and for them it's a way to control their expenses. So if you want to use that, I strongly encourage you to do that because that can give you another reinforcement to making sure that you actually stay on track. There you have it, 5 quick tips to have a successful no spend month plus the bonus tip. And now I'm interested to know which one that you're going to be applying and what is your goal. If you're going to be doing this no spend month, what is your ultimate goal? Is it to save more money, to pay down debt? What is it that you're trying to achieve here with that no spend month? Or is it that you just want to have a better idea of where your money is going, and or that essentially for you it's a nice challenge. It's a nice challenge, you want to gamify it and just see how things go. Just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and really subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for the next video that I'm going to be doing. As promised, once we start the month of October, I'll be sharing on a weekly basis an update on how my no spend month is going, and I hope that you will also share on your end in the comments how your own no spend month is going, and then we can keep on encouraging each other and celebrate our wins at the end of the month. So thank you again for listening, and until next time, keep on building wealth.